And what I want to talk to you about today is why it's so important, so necessary to actually have your own independent additional stream of income if you are already working a 9 to 5, or if you have an existing business. All right. Well, happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to my live. And the topic today is why you need to boost your income now, or even more specifically, why you need a side hustle. And side hustle can mean different things to different people. It can mean that you are uh, leveraging a skill that you already have, or you are plugging into an already existing framework where you are using someone else's system to generate your own income. And what I want to talk to you about today is why it's so important, so necessary to actually have your own independent additional stream of income if you are already working a 9 to 5, or if you have an existing business and it's not really performing the way you would like it to. How do you actually or why and how do you actually get it to get to the point where it's generating meaningful income? And this is so very, very important. And the reason why it's important is because, number one, the cost of living has changed. The genie has been let loose from the bottle and it's not going back in. So we have a situation where you have things that have transpired over the last year, um, either inside this country or outside this country, tariffs being one of them, other decisions that have been made that have caused prices to spike. And some of the things that people may have noticed is the price of food, for instance, over the last year. Like beef has gone up about 20%. Fresh fruits and vegetables, the price has gone up on. Yeah, eggs have come back down, but the price of eggs didn't go up because of a policy decision. The price of eggs went up because there was a bird flu and millions of birds had to be killed. And so that reduced the population of birds making eggs. And in a supply and demand economy, prices will go up when there's more demand than there is supply. And that's self corrected. It wasn't because of any policies that anybody instituted or something that some man did. Birds recovered, more eggs came in the market, and the price of eggs went down. As for the other stuff, that's external forces that were put out there that caused these things to actually spike in their price. And then, of course, the most recent thing that we're seeing is the price of oil. Why is that going up? I mean, anybody who isn't living under a rock in outer Mongolia knows it's because a war was started with Iran, and Iran said, okay, I'll fix you. I'll just choke off the Strait of Hormuz, and I won't let the world get this oil. The world's going to hurt, and the world's going to be angry at the United States. And that's the way we're going to make it be until they stop attacking us and we get what you want. So, the thing that we have to keep in mind is this isn't going to end soon. It's not like, as this person says, well, this is going to wrap up real soon, and like he has control over it. That's just not the case. You can't attack, and the United States should know this by now. You cannot attack a Muslim country and then say, well, I'm done. We're wrapping this up. This is over and we're good now. No, countries have memories. And when you attack in particular the religious base of a country, they're angry and they're going to remember this. And this ain't going to end soon. So right now we're in a situation where the price of oil is over $100 a barrel. Diesel has spiked over $5 a gallon. Now you've been feeling the pain at the tank. It's already over $4 a gallon for us. I feel it when I go fill up. Then you have diesel, which is always more expensive than regular gas. It's over $5. Now, if you don't drive a diesel, you might be thinking to yourself, why does that matter to me? This is why it matters. Because everything that you consume in a modern economy is shipped to you by train, which runs on diesel, by boat, which runs on diesel, or by truck, which runs on diesel. So when things get more expensive, they are not going to suck it up and say, well, we'll just take less profits and take it easy on the consumers. No, they are going to pass that cost along to you. So what we're looking at right now, and I had some information that I have here, food prices are set to rise even higher than they have over the last year. So that means that beef is projected to rise another 10% more, as if it wasn't expensive enough. Fresh vegetables, another 4.8% more, and fresh seafood, another 4.3% more. That's food. Let's talk about all the other stuff that gets transported to us in a modern economy. Clothing, knickknacks. Anything you walk into Walmart and buy is getting more expensive. Anything you go on Amazon to buy is getting more expensive. This means that the cost of living is irreversibly going up, because if you haven't noticed, the world is very good at raising prices right away, but they're very reluctant to lower them once they realize, hey, people are used to paying this and they're comfortable with that. So if we can make more profits because people are willing to pay more, we're going to keep on demanding that they pay more. So this isn't going back. Like I said, the genie's not going back in the bottle. So we need to figure out ways to boost our income. So, yes, very true. I'm looking at the comments right now. And hey, Terry and Ollie, and yes, bread was costing less than 20 cents 60 years ago. Those days are gone. We're not talking about normal inflation right here. We're going to see a sudden, acute spike in inflation. So the question is then, what are you going to do about it? You have two choices. You can either sit and do things as you have and keep your income the same. That income will have less and less and less buying power over time. It's going to have a whole lot less buying power by the end of this year than it has right now today. And in 5 years, 10 years, it's going to have many multiples less buying power than it has right now. So the people who recognize that will actually take action. They will do something to increase their income, because dollars are not going to get more valuable. They're going to get less valuable, which means you're going to need more dollars to buy the things that you have today. And if you want a better life, you're going to have to do something specifically, directly, to actually increase your flow of dollars so that you can have the vacations, you can get the education for your kids, you can provide the clothing, the shelter, the food that you need to maintain your family and keep things going the way they are and to improve in the future. So I say all that to say that, boys and girls, the rules of the game have changed. Relying on one paycheck now is riskier more than ever for the reasons that I've already talked about and then some. And that is because inflation has quietly and persistently raised the price of everything: utilities, food, insurance, housing. Here in New York, where I live, the cost of insurance since the pandemic has gone up 20 to 25%. That's for your home. We've seen auto insurance go up similarly. I know I've experienced this, which is why annually I always shop constantly. I'm shopping around each year to find out where I can get the best deal. But you can only do so much when it comes to saving. But increasing your income is infinite. You can, in a limitless way, increase your income. So, another thing is, many people are doing the same job, they're working the same hours, and so they're getting the same income, but they're falling further behind. Another thing is, think about this. If you work for the government, you're highly likely, especially under this administration that does not want to budge, to have an interruption in your income. TSA workers have experienced that for the second time in just a couple of months' time. Yes, they did some back pay. I watched the news reports today. Some of them did not get all of the money that they were expecting to get, and they're unsure of whether or not they're even going to get their next paycheck because nothing's written in stone. Congress, who always gets their paycheck, is they're suddenly on vacation. Like, they don't stop their vacations. They go out of town. You see pictures of them at Disney World and Vegas doing all the stuff that they want to do to be happy, have fun. And you really think they're thinking about you? You think they're worried about you? The only time they're worried about you is when it's time to get your vote. So stop trying to depend on these people who run these governments wherever you live to look out for you. They're not. You have to look out for yourself. So it's not about spending so much anymore. You can only reduce your spending by so much. At a certain point, you're going to hit the bottom because things cost what they cost. So we're going to have to increase our income if we're going to keep up and continue to provide. So a side hustle is no longer a luxury. It's becoming a necessity. And I'm going to get into, well, what constitutes a side hustle and what things might you do later on. So if expenses are rising faster than income, the smartest move isn't to panic. It's to prepare. It's to take action. It's to do something, but to do something with knowledge, right? So I'm looking at the comments here. You guys are pretty much in line with what I'm saying right now. Yes, raising the price of my services or reducing the time of services. Yes, that is crucial. If you run a business, you have control over that. You can reduce the time that it takes to deliver your services to people while keeping the same quality, or you raise your prices. You have control over that. You can't march into your boss's office and say, look, gas is 20% more expensive. I need an extra couple of $100 a month in my paycheck, and I need it now. He's going to laugh at you. That's not going to happen. When you run your own business, you have complete control over how much you charge. When I first started working for myself, I was afraid to charge $20 an hour. And gradually it inched up. And when I got over $100 an hour, I was really scared. But then I realized what value I could deliver, the results I got, the people who actually got the results and were raving about those results. And I knew that I had value in what I had to deliver. Whatever it is you decide you have value to deliver in, you get to set your own price on that based on the value that is perceived for the goods or services that you deliver. Now, next point. A side hustle is not about getting rich, it's about getting breathing room. Why do you need breathing room? And let's use another word for breathing room. Let's use the word margin. So, margin gives you stability. Who does not have margin right now? TSA workers. There's a perfect example. You miss one paycheck, you're done. Like, they could not, 30% of workers are not showing up or have not been showing up because they had to go do other things. They had to go get side hustles, they had to go get second jobs and third jobs. They had to completely quit. Some of them, 500 of them, have quit and went and gotten other jobs because they realized I can't keep doing this. I can't keep every couple of months having an employer who says to me, you got to come to work, but I'm really not obligated to pay you. That's just not working for them. So if you have margin, you can build savings. And what does that savings do for you? It produces an emergency fund. And that emergency fund is something that you can grow over time so that when things like this happen, interruptions in your income, if you choose to be employed by someone else, you have a cushion you can go back on and you can actually continue to live your life normally. So ask yourself this question. If you don't have a side hustle right now, or your business is not performing where you would like it to be, what would an extra $500 to $1,000 mean to you right now? Like, what bills could that pay? Could that cover your car payment? Could that stop the credit card cycle where you don't have enough money to meet your expenses from month to month? So you actually have to swipe your credit card in order to get by. That's a real thing with people. And that's what causes people to go back into debt because they don't have that emergency fund, that cushion to fall back on. Why? Because they don't have a margin. Like if your expenses are $4,000 a month and you're making $4,000 a month or less, then you don't have margin. Where is that savings going to come from? Where is that extra cushion going to come from when there's an interruption in your pay? So we have to be really focused in, laser focused on how am I going to get breathing room? How am I going to get margin? What that's going to do for you is it's going to reduce financial stress. You're not going to be laying awake at night trying to figure out how we're going to meet our expenses. We're not going to have to say to ourselves, well, do I buy groceries or do I pay the car insurance? Do I pay the car insurance or do I pay the car note? Because if I don't pay the car note, they're going to take the car, in which case insurance is really a moot point. If you live in one of those states where they don't require insurance, great for you. But where I live here in New York, you are required to maintain insurance on your car or they will come for you. They will suspend your license, suspend your registration. They will fine you. You must maintain insurance on your car. So, yeah, I'm noticing a comment here that $1,000 pays all my little bills. Looking at SJ Davis, electric, gas, water, insurance, it would make a huge difference. You're not different. You're not unique. $1,000 would make a huge difference in anybody's life, any normal person's life, the average American. So you're covering those basic bills. You generally don't have a bill that's over $1,000, and you can probably cobble together, like this person said here, all of those little bills, and they're not more than $1,000. So imagine if you had all your little bills cobbled together and they were covered. How much easier would you breathe? How much less would you worry? How much less would you stress? How much more of a smile would you have on your face every day? How much more straight would your back be as you walk down the street? You have to be able to create that margin in your life because that is what is going to give you that chance to breathe and to say, I'm not stressed out. And that's the second reason why you need that side hustle so bad. So a side hustle doesn't just change your income, it changes literally the way you sleep at night and the way you conduct yourself every day. All right, so now let's move on to the third point as to why you need that side hustle now. And that is because inside you, you have so much that you are not tapping into. The majority of people, untapped potential, like oil sitting in the ground in West Texas, that if you just tapped into it, it would explode. Some of you may be familiar with the show Landman, right? Which gives like an in-depth look into the underside of the oil industry in West Texas. And one of the kids on there just had a hunch about getting some oil leases together, cobbling them together, drilling in a certain spot, and he hit pay dirt. Nobody saw the value in it before him, but it was there. And it's the same thing with us. We all have skills, talents, abilities inside us that we can tap into, that when we hit them will explode just like an oil well when you tap into it and all of that oil comes gushing out. And it can make changes for you. So the opportunity for you to start your own side hustle is closer than you think. So how do you approach your side hustle? I went into this in depth last week, and I'm just going to review my SMART framework that I came up with for you to discover and uncover your own side hustle and monetize it so that you can actually have $1,000 plus side hustle. So what is my framework? I'll just review it. Skills. What can you do? What are you currently doing on your job right now, your day job? What have you done on your day job? What hobbies may you have that have actually produced a skill in you? Maybe you have a hobby for art. Maybe you like crafts. Maybe you put things together. Maybe all of those things are things that you actually enjoy doing, and they have produced, proven in the past, income for you. Or maybe you know that, well, this is something that people would be willing to pay for. They pay for now. I've been doing it for free. Maybe if I charge for it, I could actually make some money off of it. So what about knowledge in your head? Maybe there's a test that you know how to train people how to take. Maybe it's the SAT. Maybe it's that medical thing. Don't ask me what the name of it. Is it NSAT or something like that, or MSTAT? I don't know. Maybe you guys know out there. Maybe it's prepping for some other test. Maybe it's to pass the bar. Maybe you have that knowledge in your head. Maybe it's about relationships. Maybe you have experience with dating and you can give great tips on relationships and dating, that sort of thing. Maybe you understand how to budget, how to pay down debt. You've had experience overcoming those things, as I have. And so you are able to leverage that knowledge, share it with others, bring value to them, and charge money for it because it actually helps them in their lives. You're delivering real value. So people are not out there questioning your degree. When was the last time you went into your doctor's office and you said to him, "Where's your degree? What school did you go to? And what were your grades?" Nope. He's already demonstrated with his office, and you just assume that he knows what he's doing. We assume lawyers know what they're doing. If you have a skill, then you know that you have delivered with that skill before and you've produced results. So if you can demonstrate to people, as I have, that you can produce real change and value in their lives, then people will be willing to pay you money for that. Okay? So here's an example right here. For a while, I tutored middle school pre-algebra. There you go. There are so many parents right now who are stressed out. Trust me, I know, especially when this new stuff came around, this Common Core crap, where they taught you how to solve a problem by going all the way around the Horn of Africa through the Nile River and through the forget the canal right now, and then you're actually coming back to America to get the answer. Are you kidding me? That's not how we learned it. We learned it very straightforward to get a solution to a problem and fix it. If you can help parents with that angst that they have, where they don't have to kill themselves after a hard day at work to teach their kids how to solve problems at school, there's money in that. You can leverage that. So there's so many skills we have inside ourselves that we can leverage, and maybe things that you're doing at your work, like bookkeeping, tutoring, cleaning, coaching, event planning, digital services, reselling other people's stuff. Do you understand what affiliates are? They don't have their own stuff. They just drive people towards other people's goods and services, and they get paid for that. Some affiliates are willing to pay 30, 40, 50, 70% or more. Amazon and Apple Store are great examples of that. Like they said, if you put something on our store, we're willing to just take 30% of the profit and we'll give you 70%. So find people's products and services out there that you align with, at minimum, that you love and you can recommend. And just by driving people to those affiliate links, you can make substantial money. I know of an example of a dude in India who reps somebody else's coaching stuff here in America, and he makes a multiple six-figure income just off of that. Just off of that. I guarantee you that guy's involved in other people's affiliate links and also. So he could be making a 7-figure income a year repping other people's stuff. There are ways out here to do a side hustle. Also, if you have some interest like travel, health, fitness, there are so many multi-level marketing opportunities out there that are legit. I'm not talking about the fly-by-night stuff. I'm talking about proven stuff that's been around for years, and you see people making moves in that and making money, and they have a genuine product or service, not a scam. And you love travel. Then why not book travel and get paid for it? You love taking care of your own health. Why not take care of your health and help other people rather than just giving suggestions to them for free? You love fitness. Why not, as you're getting your body in shape, share your journey with other people and get their body in shape? I love financial fitness. I love sharing my journey. And as I've gotten into shape, helping other people get into financial shape. That's my love, my calling. So whatever yours is, either tap into somebody else's thing that aligns with what you love, or create your own thing and leverage it. All right. Now let's go into the fourth reason for your side hustle, getting your side hustle going right now. And that is that waiting too long will cost you. Time is going to pass whether you do something with it or not. And a lot of people will say, well, it's going to take too long to get that skill. It's going to take too long to get this up and running to where I want to have it. Okay, so think about where you were 10 years ago. Think about it seriously. Where were you 10 years ago and what were you doing? How different is your life today from where it was 10 years ago? And what improvements have you made since then? And how fast has that time gone? Where were you a year ago when you said you made your New Year's resolutions and your promises for the year? Where did that go? What happened with it? What are you doing now? Don't you wish you had made the moves that you promised yourself you were going to make a year ago? So there's no time better to plant a tree than yesterday. Next to that, the next time is today. So plant your trees. Don't wait until debt gets overwhelming, your savings are gone, and the stress is so much that you're thinking to yourself, as I did at one point in my life, I'm worth more in my family dead than I am alive. I remember literally thinking that. I was like, if I die, my family will be better off from the insurance policy than if I were to stay alive. Don't get yourself to that point. The best time to start that side hustle is before you need it. And if you do need it, God, please start now. Small actions today prevent big problems tomorrow. Don't let your failure to prepare become an emergency when a crisis happens. You don't build a lifeboat after the ship starts sinking. Start building your lifeboat right now. Okay, we're about to go into point number 5, but as you can see, the camera view has changed because we ran into some technical difficulty, and for some reason I disconnected from YouTube and the live just went. So I was talking to myself for a while. So I don't want you to miss out on point number 5 because that's just as important as all the rest, if not the most important. So point 5 is you don't need a perfect plan. You just need a proven path. Like, one of the excuses we use to not take action is, well, I gotta check this box and check that box and make sure that's done and that's done. And years can go by. Like, parents will use the excuse, well, I'll wait till spring vacation is over. Well, I'll wait till summer vacation is over. Well, I'll wait till the kids are out of school. Well, I'll wait till the kids are out of college. And years, decades go by and they don't do anything. We could be doing the same thing when it comes to starting something that we know in our heart we need, but there's just some fear inside us holding us back. So, what we need to do is identify what we need to do and where we want to go, who we want to be, what kind of life we want to have, and then look at somebody who has it. Like, who's further ahead of you on the path? Who's walked that? Like Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues, and I wholeheartedly embrace that truth. If you want to do something, model your life and your activities after somebody who already has it. Is there somebody who knows how to have a healthy relationship? Model them. Is there somebody who knows how to handle their money? Model them. Is there somebody who knows how to start and run a successful side hustle and or full-blown business? Model them. Learn from them. Get these mentors around you who can help you to see that when they started off, it was messy. Oh my God, when I started, it was so messy. I made mistakes. I fell down. I got bruised up. But look where I am now. So like going from scary time to feast and famine time to, okay, it's finally at 5-figure time. And then to, wow, I can't believe I'm looking at 6-figure time now. So you can do this. You don't have to have everything in order. If your why is strong enough, the how makes itself known. And I know this from personal experience. This is what I've learned from, and this is what I teach my students. So what you want to do is don't make it be confusing. Just identify what you want, identify your skill set, and again, I'm going to take you back to my framework, and that is the SMART Business Finder framework, where you have your skills, right? What can you do? Then you have your market demand. What are people willing to pay? The A is accessibility. What do you have at hand right now that you can take and run with this? Like, I don't have to go out and get this, that, and the other thing and build a house from scratch. What do I have right now that can get this going? That could be as simple as your phone. YouTube accounts are free. Instagram accounts are free. Facebook accounts are free. You already have your phone. Everybody does. Just start recording. There's a dude who's making multiple 6 figures right now, and how he started was he would go out to his car and record videos on his phone about financial topics, and it was the ugliest least professional framing, But his intent was there. He was consistent and the information was valuable. And that's what his audience appreciated. Can you do the same thing? Most certainly you can. Revenue. Will it produce a meaningful income? Like, are you starting something that's already in the past and is not going to get you anywhere? Or do you have something meaningful that's been demonstrated in the past to work for others, or that you have been paid for and it's demonstrated, I've been paid for this skill, this activity, I can get paid again. I remember when I got my first $5,000 client, I was like, I can't even believe that this money just transferred into my Stripe account. But it proved to me, wow, I can do this. It can actually work. And if I did it once, I can do it again. So life is a journey. The process is not perfect. It's messy, but that's how we learn. That's how we strengthen ourselves. Just like a butterfly strengthens its wings by breaking out of its cocoon, and then it's able to fly. If you short circuit that process, a butterfly will fall to the ground and it'll die. So don't ever try to help a butterfly out of a cocoon. Let it do what it needs to do. That's how God designed it. Then its wings will be strong. So if you go through the process, if you trust the process, you will get strong. And you will learn how to do this and grow with your income and your responsibilities in your business. Trust yourself. Trust your process. And trust the mentors who you bring into your life to guide you and help you along the way. So, within the right framework, you can identify the right idea, validate demand, start quickly, and generate income faster. So, with that in mind, that's why I've created my upcoming workshop, How to Identify Your 1K Plus Side Hustle. This workshop is designed to dive deep into my Smart Business Finder framework and give you what you need to get started, right? How do I find my idea? How do I find my clients? And how do I make offers? How do I set my prices? How do I get going? All of this stuff I'm going to go over in my workshop. So if you have enjoyed what you heard right now, but you would like help implementing getting your business up and running, then this workshop is for you. And if you would like more information on how to get into that workshop, then please just drop 1K into the comments and I will get back to you with the information on how to get going. And this is another imperfection of going live. Like the phone is ringing right now, you hear it going, but that's not going to stop me. So when you run into problems and imperfections and things like that, just embrace it. Let it be. Let it happen. People will appreciate the genuineness of the moment. They will know that you're not fake. And they will understand that this is real life. This is a real person, and these are the things that happen. So I hope you found this entire video helpful. If you did, please like and comment on it. Share it with others who can benefit. And more than that, if you feel it's ready, it's time for you to actually pull the trigger on getting your business up and running, but you just don't know where to start, please join my workshop. And the first step to joining my workshop is just dropping 1K in the comments. And I will make sure you get the information you need to be a part of it. All right, guys, you have a great day and a fantastic week. And I'll see you next time. And I'll see you soon in my 1K Plus Side Hustle Finder workshop. Bye now.